Hello and good evening. Welcome to Straight Talk with Arun Kumar, where everything is on the table, nothing is off limits. Anything and everything under the sun is covered. You name it, we have it covered. Today's topic is more than a topic. It's a journey, it's a phase, it's a saga, which probably 9 out of 10 Indians have gone through. Every Indian who probably had an American dream and they came to US, they must have gone through at some stage in their career, his or her career. Some people call it dreadful, some people call it fearful, some people call it exciting, some people call it fun, some people call it rewarding. However, US government calls it H-1B. There you go, that's the topic, H-1B. We've seen a spate of immigration proposals, bills, rumors around, so we thought this is the best time to talk about the impact of these proposals on the H-1B and H-4, mostly from an employer perspective. The moment we speak about H-1B and H-4, most people think about employee, but I thought this would give us a change in the direction if we talk about the process from an employer perspective. To talk about it, we have two guests in my show. Let's start with Mr. Ravinder Tota. Hello, Ravinder, how are you?
Hi.
Dr. Ravinder Tota is the president and CEO of JSMN International, a very successful IT consultancy company. Thank you for coming to my show, Ravinder.
Thank you, Arun.
Thank you. And we have another guest, Mr. Meghraj Kranti. Dr. Kranti is the CEO and the founder of Meganet Source International.
Solutions.
Meganet Solutions. Hello, welcome.
Hi, and welcome to the viewers of TV5 in India as well as the US. Let's discuss about the H-1B visa. After the recent elections to the United States, the presidential elections of the United States of America.
Sorry, Meghraj, let's we're in Mana TV. So
Okay.
let's before we get there, let's start about with talking about the company first, and then we'll get into the details.
Okay.
Please give our viewers an introduction about your company, what your role is, and how did you start?
I was an associate professor in JNTU Hyderabad, and I had the opportunity of coming here to attend an international conference in 1996, and then in 1997 October I came down with family and straight away established Meganet Solutions LLC, and we were doing excellent, and we had several employees, and it was a vertical rise from 1997 to 2001 after the World Trade Center disaster, and then the compliance issues got tightened up by the US government since the past few years, like 4 or 5 years. A H-1B visa in 2010, the total perspective of H-1B visa changed. There was more compliance issues as far as the relationship between an employee and an employer, and we literally have to show to the USCIS that we have a job opportunity available for 3 years, and that made me take a step back and downsize my company and migrate into other areas which are more profitable. So
you have a wealth of experience then?
Yes, I have about 20 years of experience in
Cool.
IT consulting. I had the opportunity to be involved with all the legal process. I rarely employed an attorney. I was involved in the green card processing, the H-1B processing, and I understand the immigration process in and out.
Very well. Very good. We'll delve deep into that subject. So, Dr. Ravinder, so please give our viewers an introduction about your company and how did you start?
Yeah, my name is Ravinder Tota. I am a PhD in agriculture sciences from Hyderabad, Andhra Pradesh Agriculture University, and I married a green card holder and migrated to US in 1996. And after coming here, I went to Wall Street.
I was over 20 years.
Over 20 years old. And after coming here, I went to Wall Street. I wanted to become a stockbroker. I was so ambitious, but I passed exams.
Right.
But it did not click. Then I diverted to software. I learned computers, and I did a diploma in computer for 6 months. Then afterwards, I was a recruiter in a company. Then they fired me saying that I am not good. Then I started my company in '98, and now we have been one of the Inc. 500 companies in the country.
Very good.
And now we have 110 engineers working for us. They are from India, Bangladesh, Nepal, and Philippines, most of the Asian countries. And we give them H1 visa and we file green cards. Even more than 75 people got green cards also from us.
Cool.
And we have been in the business since 19 years.
Wonderful.
Yeah, thank you.
Let me mention another fact about Dr. Ravinder. He's also a very popular philanthropist. So he is very popular in community, and so is Dr. Kranti. So let's start with the general process. I'll start with you, Kranti. What is the process for H1B in general for people aspiring to come to US? If you could just give us a rundown of what the process is.
Yeah, the process is straight and simple. Whoever wants to get an H1B visa, they should be well versed with the software technologies, and they should be having enough experience in a specific area of technology. For instance, now
you mean IT consultants?
IT consulting,
okay.
or at least one area of specialization. Now, the IT business is such that every day there are changes. That it's a very dynamic field, where today we have cloud computing in an ascending role, and big data, and tomorrow these prerogatives will change. Probably we might venture into what is called the virtual world and the virtual technology.
Right.
So we require highly skilled and specialized technical personnel to get involved, and that's why the H1B visa is called a specialty occupation, a visa for a specialty occupation. And in India, they catch up and get trained. Not only that, most of the students from India, they come to the US for pursuing their masters, and they do their masters in computer science.
So you're saying there are different paths, either from F1 student visa to H1, or
directly
on H1.
Directly from after you get a bachelor's degree,
right,
you can directly get sponsored by a sponsoring company in the US. It might be the parent company which employs the H1B visas,
right,
or it might be an IT consulting company which employs the IT personnel and places them at their client site.
Okay.
So that's how the whole process is. For that, we should get the employer should get what is called a labor condition application,
right, LCA,
based upon the technical skills of the personnel and the prevailing wages. And the prevailing wage is a big issue, is a big compliance issue,
right,
because the employer can select at least 3 places,
right,
and if the H1B personnel is not, if the employer is not able to employ one of the 3 places, that
let's talk at a higher summary level, and then we'll go deeper.
Okay, not a problem. Go ahead, sir.
So that's the process. So before you answer talk about the process, we have a caller. Hello, welcome to Straight Talk. Please mention your name and location.
Yeah, this is Ramesh from New Jersey.
Hi, Ramesh.
Hey.
Yeah, please go ahead. Did you have a comment?
No, I just wanted to. I don't have any comments right now, but I just wanted to hear the discussion.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah. Please watch it on Yup TV or on monatv.net live. All right. Thank you very much. So Ravinder, so tell us what the process is for getting the H1B. Let's say we got all the paperwork like Dr. Kranti suggested. What happens after that?
Yeah, once what happened, most of the students from Asia and other countries come here for education. In America is having more than 500 top class universities in the country, and most of the international students, after they complete their masters, they will be given OPT, optional practical training.
Okay.
During that time, they can work without
or CPT.
CPT or OPT, and at that time, what we do, We advertise our company in suleka.com. There are some sites, and we have recruiters in the office, and we catch hold of these master students who completes their education here, and we give them training, and afterwards we send them to the clients for the job as a consultant, and afterwards we file the green H1 for them. And for some people we bring them from India also.
Okay.
And those people should have at least 3 plus
So
experience.
is there any difference between, in terms of process, is there a difference between people who shift or move from student to H1B versus people who come directly from India?
Yeah, before we used to bring a lot of H1s from India.
Okay.
Now it is becoming very tough.
Very tough.
So now we are training these OPTs, and from there, once they get a job, it is easy to make a H1 transfer to the next step.
So what
from
stuff
OPT to
is the approval, getting approval in the US stuff or getting the visa stuff? Because there are two parts, right?
Yeah, getting visa is tough.
Getting
Suppose if we have some approvals and we send them to the Indian and Singapore consulates, they have to go for the stamping and there are a lot of questions.
So we're getting stuck.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Dr. Kranti? So what is the biggest impediment in a person's aspiration to get the H1B? Is it the approval process in the US or the most dreaded visa process in the
No, it's
consulate?
obviously the picking up of the visa, at the consulate offices in India.
Okay.
Because first of all, the person who is coming here has to be highly skilled, and he should have, his confidence level should be very high.
Okay.
And he should understand that he is coming into a competitive world where he will be tested every day.
This is about the visa interview you're talking.
Visa interview.
Okay.
So he has to be very self-confident, and then he should face the interview boldly to come over to the US. And I see the success rate of Indian students and the personnel coming from India is almost 80%, except when there was a detection of fraud or there was a language barrier. When they present themselves, the visa will be rejected by the consulate office. Otherwise, it's a straight path.
So what do you think are, I'll ask you the same question, Ravinder. What do you think are some top 3 most common mistakes committed by the aspirants, not necessarily from a visa interview standpoint, but from the entire process standpoint? That could be, if I could break it down, so there's 2 parts to the whole process, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
One is the candidate submits the documentation to the employer, and the employer files for the process, which is called I-129 application. I-129 within the US, and I-129 gets processed, and if approved, they get the approval, which is I-797. So that's one part that is entirely within the US. The other part is they take that approval document and go to the consulate for interview, right? So keeping these 2 things in mind, what are some top 3 most common mistakes which employees?
For instance, when you file for a passport in India, sometimes by mistake there is a row for profession. So by mistake they will say, okay, my profession is a mechanical engineer or a civil engineer, or he will be writing it as civil engineer or mechanical engineer. Probably he might be working there as civil or mechanical. He got trained in the computer field, and when he goes to the consulate office, or he might be writing as a typist or a steno, then when he goes to the consulate office, immediately the consular, the officer at the consulate will see, okay, this guy was not originally a computer scientist or a computer programmer or a computer systems analyst. So that is one area which
one red flag. So the profession you mentioned in the application. Okay.
Yeah, and then the next step is your English language skills.
Okay.
Sometimes when your primary education is in a Telugu medium school, I mean, please excuse me if I am talking like this. This is straight talk, and we are not trying to blame anybody. So sometimes your English is not that fluent, and you will not be able to express, even though you are technically skilled, you will not be able to express yourself properly. Then you will not be, I mean, your visa will be rejected. So and the third and the most important point,
anyone with non-English. Okay.
Yeah. And the third and the most important point is fraudulent resume and fraudulent experience certificate. You get trained in an institute, and you feel that you have at least 2 or 3 years of experience, and then somebody who's trying to get with his over enthusiasm puts up experience from Tech Mahindra or puts up his experience from Infosys. You guys, these people are smart. Whoever is sitting on the other side of the table in the US consulate office, they are smart. They call the companies and find out whether this guy was really employed. Because nowadays we have what is called, the employer is paying $500 for fraud prevention. So that means this $500 is being effectively used to investigate into the
there's something called FPU, Fraud Prevention Unit. Yeah.
So investigate into the personnel who is applying for the visa.
Correct.
And they will easily locate them, and that these are horrible mistakes, and then they try to go back and come back to us and say, okay, we lost it just because the employer is bad. The employer is never bad here.
Right.
We cannot function in this country unless and until we follow all the rules and regulations and comply with everything in place.
Correct. So Ravindra, let me ask the question differently.
Sure.
What are some top 3 challenges faced by the employer? Because all the time people are sympathetic towards employee, but the person who provides bread and butter is the employer, right? He's providing food to the family.
Sure.
So I'm sure they're human, so I'm sure they also have their own challenges and problems. What do you think are some top 3 problems faced by employers in this whole H-1B process?
Yeah, employers are also having problems. People think that all employees are good, employers are bad. No, it is not like that. It is not like that. People are bad, employees are also bad, and employers also bad. But no, not only one guy is bad. But no, the problems nowadays, lottery system started since 2007.
Correct.
Before we used to get all the visas picked up. There was no lottery at all.
You apply and you get it.
The visa will be available till 6 months, from April 1st to October, November also. In some years they were available. Nowadays, they will be over in 1 day, because a lot of people are applying, because H1 visa quota is 65,000.
Right.
And master's visa quota is 20,000. But most of the masters who studied masters is 20,000, that is fine. But the remaining 65,000, that will cover the doctors, nurses, and teachers, all the professions, all the non-immigrant section of the intelligent community. I mean non-immigrant visa section of the highly skilled professions. No, there is a lot of competition nowadays.
Right.
No, last year it was only 25% pickup in the lottery.
Okay, so lottery is coming from, meaning you apply.
I apply 100, 200, and we picked up only 50.
Yeah.
So like that.
That's because there's too much demand. As Ravinder said, there's 65,000 cap. So what the US government does is, if you cross 65,000 applications from April 1st, because that's when they take the applications. If you cross that, I think within 7 days, what they do is they put all the applications in a lottery system, and they pick up randomly 65,000 out of. So what's the how much over do they go from, like 200,000?
Whatever it comes on the first 2 days, right, Dr. Kranti? Whatever the applications come on second day, they stop it, and they put it in a lottery, and whatever the picked up, the fine, whatever the rejected, they send back to the employers, the total application.
And
not only that, there are like some visas which are treaty bound between nations, between America and other nations. For instance, Singapore
and Chile.
They have like 4,500 visas, H1B visas. If these visas are not used, they will be added to this 65,000.
Okay.
And usually every year it is not just 85,000 visas.
Okay.
That is 20,000 master's quota and 65,000
general quota.
General quota. It is about 119 to sometimes it spills over to 120,000.
Right. We have a caller. Hello, welcome to Straight Talk. Please mention your name and location. Hello?
Hello, hi. This is Dr. Kranti. Is there a question for me?
I think we
lost him. Okay,
lost him.
Not a problem.
Okay, so that's one challenge. Any other challenges by employers?
Then normally we pick up the consultant, we take the interviews, and we process the resume, we bring the resumes and we send them to our attorney, and we give whatever the documentation the consultant we gives us. That is, but the major problem nowadays is getting the consultant outside the country is becoming tough.
Getting consultants from outside
The country, outside of the US. It is more better for a OPT student who is already working, who is already in the country is more easy than bringing a consultant from India and abroad.
Because there's no, at least in the initial phase, there's no need to get a visa. It's just a matter of switching the status.
Now we have an advantage with OPT students. The initial OPT period is 12 months. And there is a gap extension of 17 months given to STEM. The STEM, I mean, they can really work for 29 months on OPT. That is the stopgap. I mean, you get at least 3 chances to file for your H1B, so that you get qualified for your H1B visa.
So STEM is science, technology,
technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Mathematics.
That is a STEM OPT extension. And there are some other areas also. You can visit the USCIS website. If you are not falling in the STEM extension OPT, there are some exemptions to that. You might be qualifying if you are an engineer or an architect or a fashion model even. So even zookeepers.
No, that's pushing it a little bit.
Please.
Okay, so now talking about the number of applications, we have some statistics. Can we get some slides, please, on the screen? So we have some statistics released officially by the of applications from each country. The first one shows that India has over 1 lakh applications. In fiscal year 17, in fiscal year 16, it shows the occupations which are the most in demand occupations. In year 2015, it's yeah, you guessed right. Most of them are the Deloitte, Cognizant, Tata, Infosys, Wipro, HCL America, Capgemini, Accenture, and all.
They get more than
exactly.
70%.
So my question to you, Ravinder, since you are excited at that, why don't you think this is a little unfair on other companies? If the top 5 or 6 companies get about 50, 60, 70% of the share, these are not reserved numbers, so obviously anybody can apply for any number. So don't you think that's unfair on other companies, thousands of other companies?
Sure. These big IT companies from India, they file at least 15,000-20,000 visas.
Right.
But the problem is, I cannot file that many.
Right.
And but nowadays, so I came to know that, recently the government, Trump president is thinking to reduce the visas for the big companies,
right,
and give 20% to the small companies like that.
Yeah, sorry. We have a caller. Hello, welcome to Straight Talk. Please mention your name and location.
Hi, this is Srinivas Indugula. Actually, I'm calling from Pittsburgh.
Hi, Srinivas. Please go ahead.
Hi, Srinivas.
Hi, I have a question. Right now, too much discussion about H1B. So I have a question about who are already in the United States, if they are going to file next August time frame or September time frame. So for them, is there any difficulty?
Sorry, can you repeat that question?
Yeah,
So
you are talking about extension of H1B visa. I got it.
Yeah.
There won't be any difficulties for the existing H1B visa holders.
Existing approvals.
Existing approved H1B visa holders. All the regulations that are being discussed for the new H1B quota right now under the presidency of Donald Trump.
Okay.
there is no problem until you don't have a project. If you have a project, no, you can easily get the extension going on for 6 years. But no, you have to file green card before end of the 5th year so that you can stay for 7th year.
Okay.
Did that answer your question, Srinivas?
Yeah, that is my question. Actually, is there any difficulty about like for extension? Because I know like there is a lot of discussion about new H1s. Maybe.
And one more thing, Srinivas. This disclaimer is to Srinivas and to all of yours. The suggestions given by our panelists here, these are not legal in nature. We are not lawyers. These folks are
But
just
we have experience.
just
Right,
employers.
experience, and
Yeah,
there is a
employers.
lot of good news coming your way, Srinivas.
Correct.
We will share with you at the end of the program.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
please stay
thank you
tuned.
so much for Kranti Garu
Yeah.
and the other person also. Like thank
Ravinder.
you so much to
Ravinder.
Mana
Yeah,
TV.
yeah. Thank you very much. Thanks for
Thank you,
watching the
sir.
show.
Bye.
So you're mentioning about the problems, right?
Yeah, big companies are filing more H1s.
Yeah.
And recently since last 6-8 years, and the USCIS increased the fee for the big companies like more than 50 employees, you have to pay 4,250.
Okay.
These companies are big. They are ready to invest more also.
Okay.
They put they are ready to file 4,000 pay to 4,250 plus another premium of $1,225.
For the
So they are ready to
faster
file
processing.
they are ready to file 15,000 premiums. Maybe they are ready to spend another
Those are big companies.
$25 million. They want to invest on the visas.
What do you think,
on the
Kranti?
other side, if you look at it on the other side, like why the government is preferring these big companies? These big companies do have their own projects. They are implementing projects for IBM. They are implementing projects for Google. They are implementing projects for Facebook.
They got big clients.
They got big clients, and they have an advantage there. And
They have client letter.
Yeah, and the billing rates that they get from these projects are very good,
Right.
and they'll be very good paymasters as well. For companies,
They get bigger billing, so they can pay their employees more.
yeah, for companies which do not have direct clients and would depend on direct vendors, it will be one layer short, and then there will be somebody else taking a cut out of your employee. So you will not be able to justify by paying full salaries or by paying more salaries than the big companies.
So the more the number of layers, in other words, the more the number of companies or vendors or sub-vendors between your sponsoring employer and the client, the more the piece of pie they get.
Yeah,
you know, everybody.
Yes.
but Dr. Kranti, we pay more than those our Indian big companies because
Yeah, because
they
you
bring
are
them
cutting
from
down
India.
your margin. You're cutting down your margins.
We pay more
Right.
because people from those big companies come to our company to file green cards. So they get more money and
that
we
is,
file their green card
I will
also.
tell you another thing here.
Okay.
The big companies have more overheads. They have a vice president, they have several managers, and several people who go and market and get their projects. So that way, it's an even key. The platform is even, and small companies will often do better than the big companies.
Let me push you a little bit here. In small companies, that's good. It has its advantages, but and this is the question I'm asking is what many people always wanted to ask. I'm not sure if anybody asked in the show, but I'm going to ask you. I'm going to put you in the spot here. So smaller companies, or maybe even mid-sized companies, I heard they delay the green card process intentionally for several years, so they could get work out of hostage is not the right word, but they kind of hold them to the company.
I don't think
and that's what many
going to
people
be
say.
a good strategy.
What do you think?
Because now the time lag is so much. I trust and believe that as soon as an employee joins, if he is doing good within a year, we should file for the green card. We should not keep the employee waiting.
No,
Because
my question
the
is, do you think these things are happening in the market?
No, it is happening, but not in our company.
Okay.
So I file immediately once you come into my payroll.
Okay.
Yes. So the obviously the retention, to retain an employee, that is the only
Way.
way that you can.
Why do you think some companies do this?
I don't think any company would do that. But if they do that, it is at their own
No,
risk.
that's not true. I know
Risk
many
and
companies.
peril.
No,
companies
there
who
are
do
some
that.
companies, they will tell you first.
Yes.
Suppose if you join Bank of America,
Yeah.
they take at least 2 years
Right.
to start the green card.
Okay.
But our people know, they think that no, this is a more safety of a job, and they go and stuck there for 12 years. But it is better if they work as consultant for 7-8 years. Even the guys who joined in 2007 got green card from us 2 years back. They
Oh,
left
okay.
us also. But
What's this? Yeah, sorry, I'll let you finish.
yeah.
So, what's this painful process? These remind me of Hindi TV serials. Why does green card take so long? My friend from Bangladesh and some from Pakistan and Russia or
Nepal,
Ukraine,
Nepal.
they come even before they land, even before they get their driver's license, they have the green card in hand. So why is it?
Do you know how many green cards are issued in the United States of America every year? It's more than 1 million green cards.
Okay.
But every country has its quota.
Per country limit.
Per country limit. So Mexico has its.
Yes.
China. When you look at the broader table, you will see India has severe backlog because we are using 70% of the visas, H1B visas.
Right.
Lot of
So
people.
are coming.
obviously there is a queue.
Yeah.
So
Because we are a heavily populated country.
yeah,
Yeah,
if it is
heavily
EB5,
and more talented
you
also
can-
to come here, work and study here.
Everybody is
you
more
can, you can
talented.
literally forget that you are going to get your green card under EB3, the employment based, the third preference. It's literally non-existent now.
Just to add to what Dr. Kranti said, these are called oversubscribed categories. There are several categories like EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, EB5. What we are talking about here is EB2 and mostly EB3, and mostly India, Mexico, Philippines, China, Philippines. I think these countries are oversubscribed, meaning there are a lot more people than exceeding the percentage of the per country limit, and hence they are always in a long wait. So okay, so what do you think can be done about it? Nothing, right? Just wait.
That's how it is set up. So unless and until President Trump, who is talking about regulatory reforms, we need regulatory reforms as far as H1B visa is concerned. For instance, on May 16, 2015, President Obama passed a law which is the H4 EAD. So spouses and dependents of H1B visa holders
Can work.
they can get their H4 EAD, that is employment authorization document. They can work for any employer.
Right.
Whereas
no restrictions.
No restrictions. Whereas H1B visa holders are severely restricted and they have to be in compliance with the LCA all the time. For instance, suddenly there is a layoff, a company has gone bankrupt, or a company has shelved a project for some reasons, for some financial reasons, then this H1B visa holder will be in between projects, and it will be difficult for him because the pink slips in this country are given on without advance notice. So the H1B visa holder will be at a disadvantage. Not only the H1B visa holder, the employer will be at a disadvantage. I would request the government of US to consider H1B EAD, H1B employment authorization document, waive off the LCA norms for so that the employer can place him on any project. If employer has like 3 projects, okay, we can move this person from one project to another project. The H1B guys are very smart and they pick up technologies within no time.
Dr. Krantis is, I would call it at best wishful thinking. That's good. Let's talk about that. Let's say the government relaxes the norms for H1B, and I have a lot of contacts in Capitol Hill myself. It's what I've noticed is it's the employers, right? I know you're speaking in favor of employees. It's mostly the employers
Yes.
who lobby against these things, because if it becomes too easy for employees, they won't be able.
It wouldn't become too easy anyway. It wouldn't become too easy anyway because
if there's H1B EAD, don't you think I'll join a company in one day and I'll leave a company the
cannot.
next day?
You cannot leave the company in another
No,
day
you have to put
because
like that.
you have
Okay,
to
okay.
have to get another employer sponsor you. The H1B
Correct.
visa is an employer's visa. It's not an employee visa. This will relax and ease the employer norms. It will not ease the employee norms.
Okay. All right. We'll talk.
The H1B EAD visa is for the employer, not for the employee.
Yeah. All right. We'll talk more about that. I'll give you more time on that employer thing. All right. It's time for a commercial break. We'll be back very soon. Keep watching Mana TV. Thank you.
Welcome to Pride of India, Open Talk with Sridhar. What do you do in Expert Solutions?
We have realized what is the need of the market. People will learn the new way how to hire.
The Kailash of 26 years back before going to USA and today's Kailash, how would you feel yourself today?
That time I didn't have anything. In MBA I was only making $375 per month. It was very tough.
I'm Zara Saeed. I'm your loan specialist at Acre Mortgage and Financial. We specialize in residential home loans for the past 16 years.
Hi, my name is John Merlino. I'm one of the owners here at Acre Mortgage and Financial Inc. We offer an array of products to help people achieve the goal of home ownership in America.
Hi, I'm Joe DeCrisio, CFO at Acre Mortgage and Financial. We specialize in first-time homebuyers and have a wide variety of loan programs, including loans for special visa holders, like H-1B and L-1 visas.
Hi, my name is Eileen Conley. I'm the Director of Branch Operations at Acre Mortgage. We have a very experienced staff and management team with over 40 years of mortgage experience.
Hi, I'm John Kennedy, Business Development Manager with Acre Mortgage. Please don't hesitate to call us with all your home mortgage needs.
Call the number on the screen or visit our website. We would be glad to help you.
Make her fall in love all over again this Valentine's at Joya Lucas. Get her a perfect gift from the stunning diamond pendants and bracelets from Joya Lucas. Be Mine Valentine Collection. Captivate her heart this Valentine's Day at Joya Lucas. Now open in C7A, 5901 Hillcroft Avenue, Houston, Texas, 1665 Oak Tree Road, Edison, New Jersey, and 2642 West Devon Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. Joya Lucas, world's favorite jeweler.
మీ శుభకార్యం ఏదైనా సరే, వివాహం, జన్మదినం, స్వీట్ 16, ఇలా సందర్భం ఏదైనా, వీడియో రికార్డింగ్, స్టిల్ ఫోటోస్, ఫోటో ఆల్బమ్, ఈవెంట్ లైవ్స్ కోసం ఎన్ఆర్ఐ ఈవెంట్స్ ను సంప్రదించండి. లేటెస్ట్ టెక్నాలజీ, హై ఎండ్ ఎక్విప్మెంట్, ప్రొఫెషనల్ టీమ్, ఆన్ టైమ్ వర్క్ తో మీ శుభకార్యాన్ని 10 కాలాలు గుర్తుండిపోయేలా చేస్తాం. ప్రస్తుతం ట్రై స్టేట్స్ లో మాత్రమే సేవలు అందిస్తున్నాం. మరెందుకు ఆలస్యం? మీ శుభకార్యాలకు ఎన్ఆర్ఐ ఈవెంట్స్ ను సంప్రదించండి. కాంటాక్ట్ 201-537-7415. Email info@nrievent.net.
Hello, welcome back to Straight Talk. Here to listen, here to decide. So, one more question. Either of you could take this. I heard there's a lot of employers who trick employees in the pretext of bringing them to US and making their American dreams come true. And after they come here, there's no client, there's no job, there's no project. Now they left their families, their wives and kids there, and they're stuck in a very strange situation. So do you think such things happen, or did they happen? I'm not talking about your companies, in general.
Yeah, some of the companies, they do not have a proper address. They do not have staff.
Mailing address.
They just have a mailing address and they don't have a staff. They don't have a CEO working. That guy will be working somewhere else, and he will be sponsoring somebody by setting up a company in his house, and then he'll be bringing him, okay, he is my co-brother, or he is my somebody XYZ who gave me $10,000. So to bring him here, and then employees who are coming that way are also aware that these things are happening, and the employer is not a correct employer, not a genuine employer.
So they know that.
They know that.
Okay.
So knowingly these employees are coming. So it is not the employer's fault. It is the employee's fault. He also has to verify when he is paying some amount and when he is coming like that, he should understand it is not a bed of roses. When I went to the Ellis Island, I see that people come to America. There's a caption there: people come to America thinking that they are going to walk on golden roads, but they do not understand that they come here to lay their roads, lay down these roads.
That's an extreme statement. Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean, I think he's figuratively referring to some of the initial days where they have to struggling days. I think that's what Kranti is referring to. What do you think, Ravinder?
Yeah, now we don't bring people who never worked in computers. Those days have gone. Real computer people only we are filing H1s, and probability of picking is only 25%, and probability of getting a visa stamping is 50%, and whoever comes now we take care of them. I have guest houses separately for girls and boys separate. So those days have gone. First point, we never bring people without experience. Even that guy comes now, it is very tough for him to survive.
Since this is straight talk, we have to speak facts. In 90s and around 2000, that time frame, I know so many people. I just came from a few years before. They had bachelors in chemistry, bachelors in zoology, some animal husbandry,
like that people.
Yeah, anything which is totally out of the solar system of the IT sector, and yet they got. And now, no, in their defense, now they are very good programmers.
Yeah.
So you're saying that's not happening?
That is advantage. No, not now. No. That is advantage with Indians, because Indian brain is like gold. so they can learn. They can learn, in 6 months. Because I am a PhD in agriculture sciences, and I went to computer school here. In 6 months, I learned, and I went to testing training, and afterwards I worked for 1 year.
No, your case is different, Ravinder, because you came on green card and then you did that.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have come here.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm talking about people who applied for H1.
Yeah, in those days, maybe 15 years back, people came like that. Maybe some 1,000 people might have come like that. But normally, the engineers only come here now, and only experienced people only come. And it is not easy to file for H1 for a without experience.
Non-IT.
No, it is not. It is very tough. Even for IT people, it is not easy to enter the market here.
Yeah, now even for IT, it's become.
Yeah, because the only way you can get into America is student visa now. Student visa, because F1 visa. That is the only way you have to enter, and afterwards, you have to convert into H1.
So let me ask you. So that's one thing. The other thing is, I have here. I read a bill which has been introduced in the Senate. Most popularly called as 130K bill. Although that's not the name.
I mean, now it's not the Senate. The lawmaking rests with the Congress, U.S. Congress.
Right.
So we have different bills coming from different persons. The 130 bill that you are referring is from Joe Lofgren. He is a Democrat who represents Silicon Valley.
Right.
He plans to introduce more comprehensive bill that would award visas to the employees who get the highest salaries.
Right.
And he was proposing to raise the wage to 130,000. Immediately as soon as he proposed in the US Congress, the stock markets in India
went down,
fell by 5%
overnight.
The Infosys and other,
which is quite a few crores of rupees.
Yeah, which is quite a few crores of rupees. But in India or elsewhere in the world, they should realize that these are specialty occupations. If some congressman or US lawmaker or the representative or the senator tries to raise the wages to 100,000s or 120,000s, indirectly these wages will in effect be charged by the IT consulting companies like IBM. They'll be charged
from existing 60,000.
60,000 to 130,000. If it is raised, let's say, who will be the ultimate beneficiaries? The employees will be the ultimate beneficiaries, and the employers who sponsor these employees will also be the ultimate beneficiaries.
But Kranti, before I expand on that, we have one call.
Please.
Hello, welcome to Straight Talk. Please mention your name and location.
Hello.
Hello? Can you hear us? Hello, welcome to Straight Talk. Okay, I think we lost
him.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so ultimately who is going to pay? The end client who wants his job done, he is going to pay double the amount. Because the employers, if they cannot run their businesses, they have to shut down. So if they have to run the businesses, they have to raise the billing rates. So instead of billing $100 per hour, the employers will start billing $200 per hour because they have to live and let the employees live.
So what do you think, Mr. Ravinder? What will the impact of the raise of the minimum wage from 60K to 130K have on the employer or the employee?
I think it is not going to happen because that is too high.
Right.
Because senators and congressmen have to sign that one, right?
Almost double.
No, almost double, and it is very bad. If it is approved, it is very tough. Even for a foreigner, for an H1 visa to work in America is not easy. What happens? The IBM and all these people, they will fire their H1 guys. Correct. If they cannot afford, if the profit is not coming, they cannot keep it. So I think it will not happen.
Here, in this case, Representative Darrell Issa, he wanted to raise the salary of a H1B employee to 100,000, but he put a rider to that. He says only companies, big companies, which employ 50 or more employees and who are employing more than 15% of their employees as H1B employees.
Yeah, they're called H1B dependent employees.
In
the USA.
So they have to pay the 100,000, not the small employers.
Correct.
So there is a rider there. So if you look at that, there is another Senator Bill Nelson. Please. Please.
Hello, welcome to Straight Talk. Please mention your name and location.
Yeah, hi. My name is Suresh. I'm calling from New Jersey.
Hi, Suresh. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah. Hi, Arun, Ravinder, and Kranti Garu.
Hi.
Hi.
And,
how are you, sir?
Yeah, doing good.
Yeah, please.
Yeah,
Thank you for watching. And
I have two questions. I mean, till now, only senators or lawyers are making the bills on H1B. Is there any action government took till now? And or else, what is the probability of US government taking action or Trump taking action on this? That is my one question. And the other question is like, let's say if there is any executive order on something related to H1B, do these California-based IT companies like Microsoft, Google, will take any steps to counterattack on this?
Of course.
Okay. So basically, I think a two-part question. One was, what did the government do so far? And the other thing was what?
I was talking about the same. Senator Ted Cruz wanted to increase the salary of the employees to 110,000, and then there were other senators like who wanted to slash the quota by 15,000. There is a Senator Bill Nelson who wanted to slash the quota by 15,000 visas, and there is a representation. Darrell Issa also wanted to have a $100,000 salary to the employees. Like that. Now all the lawmakers as well as the senators, they want to protect the American workers and improve the fairness for visa applicants. So ultimately, what are they trying to do is protect the H1B visa holders from any fraud or from any employer abuse. At the same time, if they are not going to issue a H1B EAD, it will be very difficult for an employer to have the complaints.
So just to add, there is a difference. Many people should know that there's a difference between a bill and a law. A bill is a mere, just like in India, even in the US, a bill is a mere proposal which has been tabled. There are hundreds of bills tabled every single day. Just because a bill has been proposed doesn't mean it has passed. The bill has to be introduced first, has to be passed, and then it has to go to President for his assent, which means he signs the bill, and then the bill becomes a law. After which it takes some time at the Federal Register, some days.
But it will not happen now. Don't worry.
It will not happen overnight.
Maybe actually it was $60,000 per year, right? Before, maybe they may increase to 75 maximum. Because
that's what
if they keep 100,000, all employers cannot afford, and we have a lot of people in the in the tech industry like Microsoft, Google, and they will fight. And one more thing, even president cannot bring an executive order on this, because otherwise people go to court like this. What happened to immigration last couple of weeks back?
The good news is there is a Senator Orrin Hatch. He is the chairman of Senate Finance Committee, and he has met President Donald Trump several times, and they have agreed not to make drastic changes in the H-1B visa program. That's a wonderful news.
That's nice to hear.
For everyone, for all the H-1B visa holders. And probably President Trump might even increase the quota instead of decreasing the H-1B quota.
The increase in the minimum salary will also adversely affect Indian economy too, because when we come here, we earn money. Obviously, we remit money to India. So if we don't have any money here, we won't be remitting any money to India. So we'll kind of impede the flow of money into Indian economy too. That's just another way to look at it. So yeah, so you're saying there's nothing to worry on.
Yeah, we have a lot of supporters also in both the Democrats and Republicans, and we are lobbying also, and moreover we have big friends like Facebook and Microsoft. That is also their problem. They will write letters to the president also. But this is a scary thing, but it will not happen now. It will take a lot of time.
Okay. In the year 2007, Bill Gates, he impressed the government. He testified before the Senate and the Congress, and he impressed the government to raise the number of H-1B visas from 65,000 to 195,000.
Yeah. When Bush was the president,
we had a very good phase where we had at least 195,000 visas, and there were surplus visas in those days.
I don't think this guy will increase.
Visas were left over. They had to be carried over
for
next year.
Yes.
So, but now within 7 days. Actually, I think the second day itself.
Second day only.
There's
closing.
Thousands of FedEx.
4 times more, 400% more.
400% more.
Yeah.
That shows the demand, and most of them are Indian companies, by the way, and Indian applicants.
Yeah.
Which is good. Like Ravinder said, that's another way to look at it. That means we have a big brainy lot.
Brainy lot in India, and here also whoever on OPT, they have to get into the transfer the visa. That is the only way.
I think that's all the time we have for today's show. Any final comments from you, Dr. Kanti?
I mean, the good days are ahead for H-1B visa holders. You don't have to panic. President Trump is being educated, and he is listening to many people, many senators, and he is taking the views of everyone into consideration. And there will be tremendous job growth in the US. And President Trump has promised at least 25 million jobs during his tenure of 8 years. That is probably is going to be the president during that time frame. And we are seeing a boom in the stock market, which we have never seen in the past few days. It was unprecedented, and even the job growth will be unprecedented in the US. And I am sure that you will enjoy the stay here on H-1B visa, and you will really get your green cards approved faster than earlier.
At least we hope so. Dr. Ravinder, any final comments?
Yeah, most of our Indian community is worried that H-1 visas, this new president will send them back to our country. It will not happen, because this country is built on immigration. Right. Even Obama's dad is a foreigner. Even Donald Trump's mummy is a foreigner. So like that, everybody is
And my last thing is about Melania Trump. Melania Trump was from Slovenia, and every country had a duration limitation, and people coming from Slovenia, they can get the H-1B visa for 1 year increments. They cannot get for 3 years. So the Indian IT field is very fortunate. They get the H-1B visa initially for 3 years, and then there is another extension for 3 years. And if your I-140 is approved, and if you file for your I-485, you can work for any employer. There is the American Competitiveness Act of the 21st century, under which you can port employment in after 180 days.
Correct.
And
so
everything is going to be wonderful.
There's no limit. So
especially the Indian community should not worry now. because new president has come, because whatever it is like Modi for India. What Modi says, India is for Indians and no, let us develop India. This guy says, President Trump also says the same. So talking the politicians are different, but working is different. But this country needs foreign workers like us, software industry.
Right.
Microsoft, Google, if we go to Microsoft Seattle, 30% of his employees are Indians.
Yeah.
No, that is a brainy community ours is. So we did not worry much about the new system of changing the, hiking the salaries for the minimum wage of 130. 130 will not happen. So don't worry. So whoever are there already in America, you will get green cards. I tell all my consultants, there are 125 crore Indians in India, but only 35 lakhs Indians in America. These people are more lucky.
Right.
But whatever you get H1, you will get green card, definitely, today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
It is equal to every kid who is born will die somewhere, right? Sometime after 100 years or 120 years.
Right.
Similarly, whoever enters a visa, whoever enters this country will get a work permit and a green card. So don't worry.
With that interesting analogy from Dr. Ravinder, I would just like to summarize. So from the beginning of the show, we spoke about the H1B process, how it entails the labor condition application LCA first, and then you get you give all the paperwork to your employer. They apply for your H1B process. It gets approved. You get something called as I-797. After that, it gets approved. You take that I-797 approval original document, go to the consulate in your respective countries, and apply for H1B visa, which comes for 3 years max. And the approval also comes for 3 years max. And you get the visa, and there you go. You come to the land of opportunities, land of the brave. And Mr. Trump is a democratically elected leader, and he will do what's best for the country. So let's hope for the best. And thank you very much, guys, for coming to my show.
Arun.
Dr. Tota and Dr. Kranti are very accomplished leaders, aside from being company owners. So I thank you for your time. And thank you for watching Mana TV. Next week, we'll be back with another guest with one more interesting topic. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.